Hello, everybody. It is Taylor along with Barb, Jake, and Bryan for our
Come on.
very first
Come on.
edition.
Come on.
Barb's dog Misty is joining us today, too. Hello, Misty. Today
heard
we
you
are
guys.
recapping the season premiere of the 36th season of The Challenge, which is called Double Agents. It was a very exciting premiere. A lot went on. Just really quick to sort of, get people up to speed what the format is this season. So there's 30 people, and they will be competing in teams of 2, male-female teams. I guess as it goes on, we'll find out more and more twists, but one of the first major twists is you can swap out partners. Also, there are male and female eliminations. They're not competing in eliminations as pairs. The winner of the challenge chooses somebody to go into the elimination, which this season is called the Crater. And then also the rest of the group, everybody gets a vote. It's not that a pair gets a vote. Every single person also votes for somebody to go into the Crater, which we will get to. But first off, let's go ahead and just start about initial reactions to the cast, because this is a fairly good cast this season, I think. We have some old schoolers like Darrell and Anissa are on the show. And then we have a lot of vets and some of my favorite, not vet stuff. We have a lot of new rookies. We have Natalie from Survivor. We have Amber from Big Brother. We have Lolo Jones, the arrogant Olympian who tortured us a couple winters ago on Celebrity Big Brother.
She wasn't that bad on there.
She wasn't that bad, no. I mean, yeah, she was annoying, but she made good TV.
In the whole premiere, we saw her talking about how amazing she is and how just on and on and on about my problem with her is that she's just so arrogant.
Yeah, I think she'll do well though because she's an Olympian. I mean,
I
think she'll do good.
Unfortunately,
I feel like she might do well because she was on Champs versus Pros, and
I forgot about that. I never saw that season.
She was win every elimination with Wes, and she basically won every elimination mostly.
Oh wow. Yeah, she could go far this season, and I think her personality could really get on the nerves of some of the other people there. Yeah. And of course, we have vets Wes and CT back. We'll talk about a very funny moment here in just a few minutes.
That was the best part of the episode.
The funniest part.
But all in all, it was a very good premiere. Of course, they're having to film in Iceland because that's the only place, I guess, it'll allow Americans in this time of a pandemic. And of course,
so cold there.
Yeah, so there were a lot of people that were actually cut. One of the ones that was cut that I'm really disappointed that we didn't see was Mark from Big Brother 19.
He was supposed to come on.
What was that?
He was supposed to come on because I didn't know
he was one of the people, but for some reason he ended up getting cut. He wasn't one of the 30 chosen to officially. He was one of the ones that was quarantined.
Maybe he was too much of an ass.
Well,
Jenny was
now
cut too.
I know Big Brother 19 wasn't the most ideal season, but Mark was one of the more well behaved.
Yeah.
Jenny was cut too. I know she won last season, but they cut her this time.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't Mark supposed to be on with Elena?
They were supposed to do the Amazing Race together back then.
Okay, because I knew because they broke up, and I was just wondering if maybe that played into it somehow. But
if they did another Battle of the Exes season, I could see them casting both of them.
Yeah,
they were on X on the beach too. Or
X
they
on the
were
beach,
on X on the beach, yeah.
That show. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the first challenge. So they all arrived on the beach, or it was more like a field or a forest. I don't know what it was, but they arrived in Iceland, and of course, TJ makes his grand entrance in a helicopter, which is one of the more crazy things that he's done. And he, of course, welcomed them, and they, of course, immediately got into the first challenge before anything started. And the challenge, they essentially all had to run up this big hill and grab this decryptor, which had little lines on it that represented colors. And they had to go over to this box and put in the wires according to what the decryptor said. And the women were first, and Lolo immediately, she's the first one to the top to grab it. And of course, everybody fights over it. If I were Lolo, if I'm wanting to win, I wouldn't be going up there guns blazing right there at the very beginning, just leaping above everybody, because that'll make you a target, especially if you're a rookie.
Yeah, she could have been sneaky about it. Like, she just runs up. Like, everyone's gonna go after you if you're going to go right after it. Others are going after it too. So you really don't think that they were going to not do that?
Right.
Maybe she's of the mindset. Maybe she's of the mindset to better be safe than sorry. And like you guys know, this is my first season watching, so I think she just wanted to get that first thing out of the way. And
yeah.
I think she could have been down a little bit. I think she was trying too hard out of the gate.
Yeah, she was.
And of course, we had all these girls fighting over it and everything. And finally, at the very, very end, Anissa, one of the old school vets this season, wins for the girls, which I was really excited about, because she's somebody that a lot of people don't expect to do well. But I think this is her season. I think she's going to go very far.
People sleep on her, that's why.
I was surprised that she won that. I was really happy that she won, because every season that she's on, like, they always say that she's like a layup, or they don't want to run with her in a final, and then she just won the first challenge.
And so after Anissa wins, it's the guys' turn, and they as soon as TJ sounds the air horn, there's just a huge dog pile that's going on. And while they're all fighting, to try and get the decryptor, to try and decipher the code and everything, everybody's in a big chaos. And there's CT that, while trying to get the decryptor, somehow finds somebody's shoe, and he decides to throw it and just completely slams Wes in the face. I think I was the only person awake. I think I was the only person awake in my house at the time. I'm surprised they didn't come in telling me to shut up, because I was laughing so hard at that.
From what I saw, it looked like he kicked off his shoe and it hit him in the face. I didn't know it was someone else's shoe.
Yeah. No, CT just found a random shoe. Like, nope, don't need this, and just throws it in and completely just.
It was
CT even said that Wes puts his foot in his mouth all the time, so it was only fitting that he got hit by a shoe. So I want to know whose shoe that was.
We need to know whose shoe that was.
Because whoever shoe that belonged to, that person is a real MVP of the challenge Double Agents because of that moment.
I'm pretty sure he pulled a shoe off of somebody else.
He probably did.
Probably.
I didn't see whose foot it was.
Maybe you can rewatch it and see what happened with the shoe.
You'd imagine they'd give him better shoes that wouldn't fall off like that. But then again, it's 2020. Nothing's name branded this year. It's
right.
But anyway, the guys win, and Fessy won for the guys, which isn't my ideal choice. I mean, Fessy is a good physical competitor. he's not the smartest strategically. And this goes all the way back to Big Brother.
Oh, heck no.
He puts up his own ally on the block for no apparent reason and causes him to get evicted.
Yeah, we know he's not the smartest
Yeah,
strategic player. We know
He
that.
like won against his alliance in Big Brother.
Yeah.
And then I think but like last season he wasn't the smartest player either in
No.
He's not the sharpest knife in the drawer, let's put it that way.
He's not.
Mhm.
And it's sad to see that he has not changed. So yeah.
Yeah.
He's still cocky, and then last season he made it to a final, but he couldn't even win the final. He he choked in the final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so anyway, after the challenge was over, TJ announced that this season they would be partnered. They'd be partnered up, male and female, and it revealed that Anissa was the overall winner, the fastest between her and Fessy, and she got to start. And she got first pick of a partner for a season, and she chose Fessy, which I think was kind of an odd choice for me. I was almost hoping she would pick Darrell, just because her and Darrell are sort of the parents of the group. They're the real old schoolers this season.
Yeah,
I
would
was
go
surprised
with
by that
more
too.
like. I thought she would go with more with one of the old school vets because they've been on it longer.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she decided to just change it up, because rather than go with the obvious, she went with the not so obvious.
Yeah.
Right.
But maybe she saw how good Fessy did with the challenger. She's like, oh, maybe I'll just go with someone that's good strength wise,
But of course,
brawn,
and so after TJ announced that they were a pair, then he pretty much said, it was pretty much like going back to grade school again. Basically, just go around and try and pick your partner. And so we have everybody just going up to random people. We have Tori and Corey paired up. Teresa, who hasn't been around for a while, I think it's like maybe Rivals 2 or Battle of the Exes or something.
No. Yeah, it was Battle of the Exes 2 because she was.
She and Wes are exes.
Yeah.
She was Leroy's replacement because Nia got kicked off, and that was the last time we saw her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I remember. I don't want to talk about Nia. She's trash. And Teresa decides to go with Jay, who I'm really happy to see back. I think that Rogan should have been disqualified from the competition the way he manhandled Jay.
Yeah, definitely.
That could just be the Survivor fan in me, but I was almost hoping that Rogan was on this season just so they could have another elimination and Jay win this time.
I kind of hope that Jay makes it far this time.
Me too. He really proved himself at the beginning of last season, and I think he'll really go far. And then we have Nanny. We have with Kyle. And then we have Devin and Nicole. I see a lot of people don't like Nicole.
I don't like her.
She's okay. I think it's the accent and sort of that attitude about her, but that is why I like her so much. It's just something about her I like. And then we have one of my favorite teams this season so far, Natalie and Wes.
Go Survivor.
I was never a big Wes fan, but I think he has matured over the years, and I sort of gained respect for him last season when he put Josh in his place.
Yeah.
Basically saying that nobody's scared of Josh because he's an idiot and he's not a threat. So it's nice to see. And then we have...
I think that...
Go ahead.
I see that Natalie and Wes see them as a strong team.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they could go far together.
Yeah.
But people might think them as a threat because they're such a strong team.
Mm-hmm. And then we have Darrell and Amber B. Darrell, of course, partnered up with Amber, who competed on Big Brother 16 that was hopelessly stalked all season by Beast Mode Cowboy Caleb Reynolds.
Yeah.
I bet that's the only reason she agreed to go on, as long as Caleb didn't show up. So at least she's on. It's nice to see her. And then we have a rookie duo, Gabby, who was on Love Island, and then Leo, who's a professional wrestler. So they are literally slowly getting away from reality stars, because, you know, in the beginning it was just Real World and Road Rules players.
Yeah.
And then when they brought new people in when they did Fresh Meat. And then Spring Break Challenge where we got Camilla. And then we have Lolo, who did Champs versus Pros, and now we just have a random professional wrestler come in, and which is nice to see, but it's just kind of odd. And so we have Gabby and Leo, and then we have Josh partnered up with Cam, who was very disappointed, as we saw from her confessionals the entire night. She was very, very, very upset that CT would not go with her. and that'll come up later in the recap, but she was mad. And then we have Leroy and Casey. Leroy, one of my favorite competitors, and then we have Casey, one of my favorite Big Brother house guests. Perfect matchup. I'm so glad Casey's back this season.
I love that she's getting her screen time like she deserves.
Yeah.
I honestly see that I really see Leroy and Casey going far in this game.
Yeah.
I like Casey. I always did, even in Big Brother. So I'm glad. I hope she does well.
Yeah.
And then, well too.
Yeah.
She got
and then
last season.
Right. And then we have CT partnered with Crazy Ashley, who really, why CT? Why? I don't know why they paired up. I guess because they are both previous champions, but CT's a really big competitor, and Ashley, even though she's won before, she's a big drama queen. So I don't know.
See, with them, because they're both winners, I think they should have split up and went with people, because people already know their threats because they're both winners, and that's you know.
And then we have Big T and Joseph. Now, Big T is returning, and then Joseph is a vet who actually competed 2 seasons ago on America's Got Talent. He's a rapper. And I don't think he did make it to the live shows, but I don't think he got any past farther than that. When I saw the name, it looked familiar, but it was one of those names that you kind of had to look up to try and actually get who it was. And I remembered he was a rapper that got a golden buzzer, and that's why he's on there. And then we have Lolo Jones partnered with Nam. I really like Nam. I feel sorry that he's with Lolo, but I really like Nam, who's a rookie from Ultimate Beastmaster. And then we had Amber M and Nelson, who who really didn't see much from the episode. And then Meki and Liv, who we really didn't get to know much about either. And then also skulls are back this season. Of course, in order to get into the final, you need a skull, and they only have 10 this season. Which I really like that they do that now, because every season there are so many people that just skate by without going into elimination. And I think the skulls also make the shows very unpredictable, because now if you win the challenge, you can take the chance and try and go into the elimination to get that skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea what the skull was, but once they explained what, I was like, okay.
So they finally get to their. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying that with them having 10 schools, that makes them more interesting.
Oh yeah. So they finally get into the house and they start talking and putting things together. Wes and Natalie are the first people we see talk. Wes talks about how he has an alliance with every guy in the house. And Natalie says she wants to play a cutthroat game, but wants to play dumb. Wes wants to target Leo and Gabby, who are a rookie team. And it seems like in the early episodes early on, they always target the rookies. Leo thinks him and Gabby need to stay under the radar. And then we see Nam and Lolo talking. They think they're going to be a great pair. Lolo thinks Nam is funny. I think that they're going to be good competitors, but I think that Lolo's mouth will get her into trouble sometime on the challenge, and it'll happen eventually. And then
Definitely.
CT and Ashley are being cocky, talking about how they're going to win, but Ashley does realize that they have a huge target on their back. So they actually have in their little house, I guess, their own area, like private area to party, it seems. So they're all partying and stuff. And Big T, she's going around and everything, notices her partner Joseph is asleep. Now that's not something you do on the first episode of the challenge, is completely just fall asleep when you're supposed to be going around getting to know everybody, trying to keep you from going into elimination. But we have Joseph the rapper over in the corner, fell asleep.
You know what? That would be me. I'm sorry, but I would been like right there with Joseph.
Yeah.
And so, when I was watching that part yesterday, I was like, yeah, they would be lucky I was there. I would be at home back sleeping or something, because, yeah, that would have been me.
Yeah. So, and then Casey and Amber have a talk, and they decide that they need to form a Big Brother alliance. But we have Darrell over here on the side that doesn't trust Amber B. Of course, she is a rookie, so that makes sense. And then we have Cam talking about, her family being immigrants and racial equality and all this stuff. And she decides to get a group together to target CT and Ashley.
I think she did this too fast, too soon. When I watched the episode, I was like, she's playing too hard. This
Definitely.
is something she did before. This isn't the first time she's overplayed her hand, but
Yeah.
she did it again.
I felt like she just wanted to send them in because she was petty that he didn't pick her.
Yeah. Which is kind of a dumb reason, but then again, CT and Ashley are both some of the biggest threats.
I feel like she took it personal because CT didn't pick her to be his partner, so that's part of why she did that. She took it personal.
Oh, definitely why.
And then of course we have Corey and Wes talking. CT starts spying on them. And then we get into the Deliberation Room, and that's where things really heat up. CT starts talking about showing cards too early, obviously throwing shade at people, throwing him under the bus, thinks everybody needs to play it cool. Everyone assumed that he means that playing it cool means taking out a rookie. And they all get into an argument, started changing words. And then everybody starts to vote. And so after the vote, they did something really cool. The two winners get to go into the chamber where they vote, and they actually get to see who the group voted for and also see who voted for that person. So they go in there, and they are the first to find out that CT and Ashley were voted into the elimination, with almost everybody voting for them. And they decide that they're going to go ahead and keep it secret from everybody, which of course is really smart, because you don't want to go out of there and automatically say who's going in, because it'll just cause a lot of drama, and it's way too early for that.
I actually like how they do how they're doing the voting, like the secret voting, and then the two winners that won the challenge, they get to know who voted in. So it's not really a secret vote it's a secret vote, but it's not a secret vote for them. Right. So they know everything.
Mm-hmm. And so they go ahead after that happens, they go ahead and go to the crater where TJ reveals that it is CT and Ashley that were voted into the elimination. Then they ask Anissa and Fessy if they want to go ahead and step forward and try and get their skulls. Of course, they decline, and then they go ahead and drop a huge bomb and throw in another huge pair, Wes and Natalie, into the elimination. And that's when that's when TJ reveals that it is a female elimination, meaning that only a woman will leave the competition. And
And
so,
it's like the look on, like, it's like the moment he said that, it's like you look at what him and Leroy's faces, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh my God, no, this cannot be happening."
I thought it was going to be like a team elimination, honestly. I thought
yeah,
that
that's what I
was gonna
thought
be-
too. But
That challenge though, like I couldn't even like I would be terrified to do that with the fire like right above me.
yeah, that
There's
was
no way. I would sooner do Survivor than the challenge at this point because what I saw, no.
So we essentially saw Natalie and Ashley going across this balance beam, trying to get across each end with while fire's going on around them. And it's a pretty close elimination. They both put up a good fight, but fortunately, Natalie ended up winning,
Woo!
earning her
Yay.
skull, earning her place in the final if she makes it that far. Very, very happy for her. And of course, Ashley gets eliminated, which I'm really happy about because she just obviously brings a lot of drama. And she doesn't really need to be there. She's going to be causing that much drama. And you could tell that if she would have survived the elimination, next week would have been crazy.
She was.
Yeah, but drama sometimes can be fun. So
Can be. But Ashley's a crazy alcoholic.
Yeah, and
Oh, okay.
she's talking
Then,
too.
but I was happy to see Natalie won. So
Yeah.
I
And
was actually one.
I was ready to see Hurricane Ashley come out though. I really was. If she had stayed, I was ready to see Hurricane Ashley come out.
well, maybe we'll see it at the reunion. Maybe she'll fight somebody 6 feet apart using like a selfie stick or something. Whatever they use. Anyway, so after the elimination, Natalie gets her skull, and TJ drops another bomb. She can choose either to stay with Wes or not go with Wes and go ahead and pair up with CT, or pair up with any other male in the cast.
Yeah, I think that she's going to stay with the West. I don't think that she's going to change up and pick someone else. That's
It wouldn't be smart at this point.
no.
I think she's gonna stay with Wes, or she's gonna steal a partner from somebody else. I don't think that she is going to pick CT. I think she's gonna stick with Wes or steal somebody else's partner.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to pick another partner. So I think she's going to stick with Wes. I mean, it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. But anyway, I can't wait to see what she does on Wednesday. I can't wait to see what's next. Of course, next episode will be a guy's elimination, so we'll probably lose a guy. I'm thinking it'll probably be Leo that goes. I mean, it's his first challenge, and they'll probably go ahead and get rid of a rookie. And so I think that Leo will probably be the one that goes on Wednesd's episode.
Well,
I
that was
honestly think it's going to be Cleo or the rapper.
Yeah, Joseph.
Yeah, that's
but
it.
wasn't that the thinking of getting Natalie in the challenge, thinking they'd get rid of the rookie, but she won. So
Probably.
can't take things for granted. So
Yeah.
I would like to see Devin go, but I think he's gonna stick around for a while.
Yeah, I think Devin's going to be the one to be around for a while. I really can't wait to see what happens, especially with the first episode as crazy as this one was. The new twists and just how everything goes this season. And I think the Deliberation Rooms are going to especially be fun to see. And I can't wait. And, of course, all of you can catch us every Sunday talking the challenge. We plan on it being really, really fun, and we can't wait to do it again. As always, follow us on our social media pages, follow our Facebook page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. For Barb, Jake, and Bryan, I have been Taylor, and we will see you next time.
Hey.